Welcome to Drumard Farm, episode 27 with me, MrSealyp. So, as you can see from the video clips you've just seen, as you can see from what you've just seen, obviously, I've been a bit busy. I've got all the bales I need. I'm going to start making total mixed ration in a moment, but while I'm doing that, I've got a seeder on the multi-numbered field, putting soybean in. Interestingly, I put the Kuhn, the front tank on this one that increases the seed capacity, and what was happening was it was getting to the end of the field, turning round and then stopping and saying that the helper had completed its task, which I couldn't understand why it was doing that. I took that front tank off and it's seeding fine. So I'm assuming it was just with that front thing on, it wasn't registering the edge of the field, if that makes any sense, where it's been seeding already. Now it's working fine. Anyway, and over in the distance, if you can just see through the gap in the trees, I've got the JCB with the other seeder putting soybean into 28, 29. I always get that one wrong. 28, 29. So I'm getting soybean in both of these. I've got soybean in the one over there, which is on its first growth stage now, and it's left weird tyre tracks. So after saying that that combination of the front cultivator and rear seeder worked really well, it's really weird. It's left like streaks and bits that it's missed and stuff. So not sure I'm going to be using that combination again, but it was worth a try, and it looked quite good while I was doing it. So over to the yard and let's crack on with making some power food. So like I said, I've been busy. 64 hay bales, 32 straw bales, 32 silage bales. With the combination that I normally use, 2 of those to 1 of those to 1 of those, that's going to get me quite a few loads into the trailed line. However, that's going to take a long time. Plus I want to put it into storage as well, ready for increasing the herd of cows. I may lease the PEECON Mammoet. Now I know that's not going to be realistic for a small Irish farm, so I might just do load after load of these. I know when I played on FS15, because the Mammoet didn't exist, it wasn't on there, I think at one point I had 4 or 5 of these lined up, and I would do all 5 and then take them off one at a time to unload. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do now, but that's kind of the plan at the moment. But at least to start off with, I'm going to be doing it with this. Now, unlike Westbridge Hills, where I bought the Lindner Track, and I've been using that, and I'm seriously considering actually getting, I know I sold the telehandler, I know it's a false economy, but I'm seriously considering rebuying. And again, for anyone else that freaks out about, yes, I'm piercing the wrap on these, and they're going straight into the mixer. I know that wouldn't happen in real life, because obviously the wrap would then get caught up in the blades of the mixer, and it would all be horrendous, and the world would be a terrible place. But for what I'm doing, it's fine. The first of many. Now my big question is going to be, and I'm going to test it, is will it allow me to unload the mixer wagon straight into the silo, or am I going to have to unload it, load it into a trailer and then do it? I'm not too sure what it's going to allow me to do, so that's going to be the interesting bit next. What will it actually let me do? Because if I can tip it straight into the silo, that's going to make life so much easier than having to have another trailer, dump it on the ground, conveyor belts up into the trailer, you know. If I have to do that, I have to do that, but I just thought, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything crossed, we should be alright. Now bearing in mind how many bales I've got here, what have I got? 128 bales in total. It's not gone too glitchy. I was worried it was all going to get a bit slow and laggy as soon as you get near it. It's actually not been too bad. So I should be able to make 32 loads. That's the first one. Like I say, I do need to speed this process up, or I'm going to be here all day. And I'll do that for you guys. I have no problem doing that. I'll fill up my silo, ready for more cows. But let's be honest, I need to speed up the process a little bit. So, let's see if it will let me unload straight into the silo. I'm not convinced it will. But if the trigger comes up, then we are good to go. That's going to save so much mucking about, but I'm not convinced it will. Oh yes, you beauty. Let's just check in here to make sure. Oh, it's not on here, is it? Silage. Total mixed ration, so I won't be able to see that going up. But it is tipping it, and I assume it's not tipping on the ground, so that is going to save me a ton of time. So what I will do then, if I just quickly go under here. Now I think I should still have some in storage actually. Total mixed ration. So 69,440 is what I've got in there at the moment. I had some left over from the last time I did a load of total mixed ration. I've just put in 16, so on the next load I'll come back and check this again. Hopefully it's gone up. If it hasn't gone up, then I'm just tipping total mixed ration down a drain somewhere, which is not ideal. So I'll see you in a minute when I've got some more. Okay, right. The storage capacity of the silos is already 250,000. So I should be alright to 250,000 litres. I'm not sure how much this is going to make. If I go beyond that, then I'll add another silo. But for the time being, I think I'm be alright. So one more load and then check it and see how we are. Make sure I am tipping it in the right place. So one more check and then I'll continue. Yep, 85,440, which means it is going up, so I'm not just tipping it on the ground. Good to know. Right, I'm going to whiz over and sort out this seeder, then crack on with doing this. When you next see me, these piles should have gone down considerably, and we'll be sitting pretty on a load of total mixed ration, I hope. Field 28-29 is seeded. I'm still carrying on with all the total mixed ration production. However, I've realised I've made a mistake. Just fill that up. Without hitting that would be brilliant. Fill that up. And then I'll fill up the fuel as well in the JCB. Right, so while that's filling up, let's have a quick look on the map. So the multi-numbered field is seeded, and I'm now just sending over the fertiliser spreader to get the fertiliser states up. So I went on to have a look and I'm thinking, that's really weird, why is nothing changing? There's a lot of red there. There's a lot of red there because it needed ploughing. I've done 3 harvests on this field and I didn't even notice. I just got so in that kind of routine of harvest, bale, spray, get it reseeded, didn't even look on the map, and it should have been ploughed. So I'm going to lose 10% of my potential yield because I didn't plough it first. If I take that off, you'll now see obviously it's seeded with canola, but it should have been ploughed. So it's on the second fertilising state now. Third will be when it comes through and I either weed it or spray it or whatever I'm going to do with it, but that is really, really frustrating. I can't believe I missed that. But unfortunately, one of those things. Right, that's done. Close the lid. Probably give this a bit of a wash, I think. Before I pack it away. But I'll do that bit off screen. Whoa. Yep, definitely is doing. I bit the bullet early. It became very apparent very quickly that the 250,000 litre capacity that I've got for each crop was not going to be enough for the total mixed ration. So for 125,000 I've bought a 100,000 litre silo addition, extension, whatever you want to call it, which now should put me at 350,000 litres. So very quickly, there we go. Storage capacity, right hand side, 350,000 litres. I have also leased the Mammoet. It was taking ages doing it 16,000 litres at a time. This little beauty, like I did on Westbridge Hills, 64,000 litres. That's the equivalent of 4 of the smaller loads. So it's speeding this whole process along much, much quicker. And actually, what I do need to do is one last lot of hay bales. I think it was hay. Oh no, that's not good. I'm sure it was hay bales. This could all go horribly wrong now. Hang on. Hang on. What's wrong there? I know I shouldn't have stopped part way through. I can't remember what it was. 33, 33. Right, so I've done an equivalent amount of each of those, so it's definitely got to be hay, because I need double the hay. That's what happens when midway through doing a job you whiz off to do something else. Because one of the fields was finished. I thought, oh, I'll get over and get another field seeded and come back and can't remember quite what I was doing. The fact it was over this direction, I'm hoping. Fingers crossed, eh? Otherwise I could mess this whole thing up now. Actually, pop it in a bit further. Close those, lift that without knocking everything into the field, because that would make life a pain. Whoa, I just not like that at all. So a lot of weight over that. Release the claws. And there we go. Right, stop that. Jump in here. Now in real life I'm pretty sure, yes, you wouldn't have a lorry pulling one of these, and you know, I'm doing this to speed up this process simply because it will take me all day otherwise. I'm not even convinced 350,000 litres is going to be enough actually. I think I might even exceed that. It's going to get very expensive in silos if I do, or what I might do is fill it and then leave the rest of the bales sitting there. Now, something I missed when I used this on Westbridge Hills was that, if I can get this right over this side, this actually unloads. get a good angle on this. It unloads from 2 ports, not 1. So, if I press unload now, it has 2 places it unloads from, not 1 like on the other ones, which is quite cool. It just about hits the trigger perfectly. And when that's empty, we'll go and have a quick look and see what we've got in storage. I'm thinking we're going to be somewhere around 200,000 litres already. Potentially. And like I say, this is for a small Irish farm. No, this is not realistic at all. It wouldn't, you know, the chance of using something this big would be very unusual, I would think. That's the beauty of it being a game. So let's have a quick look. Let's go around it properly. So, total mixed ration 213,400 and something litres. So we're at 213 now. I've got 350,000 litres of capacity. Bearing in mind how many bales I've got left, I'm going to hit 350,000 litres, I would think, in no time. So, the next time you see me, I'm likely to be at 350,000 litres. Whoop, mind that. Okay, and then we'll see how many bales we've got left at that point. So, for the more eagle-eyed among you, you'll probably notice the PEECON has shrunk. The PEECON has gone back. I am within 9,000 litres of filling the 350,000 litre capacity, even with the extension of another 100,000. So, that I'm going to be okay, I think, for a while. I don't think. I'm hoping I'm not going to need that much for a while. But what's also good is the time it took me to do all the fields and all the baling and the tedding and all the other stuff that I did off screen that you kind of saw the montage of at the start, meant that I've still got all of this left. Potentially, if I got the PEECON again, I could do 3, yeah, because there'd be 4 of those for a load. Yeah, so I could do another 3 full loads on the PEECON, which is 64,000 litres a load. So I've got enough here easily for another 180,000, 190,000 litres of mixed ration. No problem at all. And I've got 350,000 litres now in storage. So it's not going to be a problem. I'm just going to tip this in, which will take me to my maximum, which means now I'll be ready to increase the dairy farm herd even more and not have to worry about doing total mixed ration. Now I know I've done this before. I've done total mixed ration. I did a whole episode on it, but I've done it completely differently this time. I haven't used the conveyor belt, so I haven't been dumping it on the floor. So there we go. I've reached the capacity. I'm at 350,000 litres. So what I've got in here can go over to the farm, and that can be the first bit I feed them. Don't know why I'm driving this way if I'm going to take it over to the farm. But yeah, I did it completely different this time by bringing all the bales over here, because the storage is over here, and by using the PEECON. I know, like I say, it's not particularly realistic for a farm this size, but it did mean I could get it done a lot quicker. I've still got bales here, which means I can make a load more whenever I need to. It just sped the whole process up. I'm going to take this over to Drumard, ready to give to the cows. So, with the Powerfood made, I'm checking on the animals. Cleanliness was a bit iffy here for the pigs, but they do need food. So, the pig food option with my pig food silo, I think I left some in here. If not, I'll fill it up. Nope, definitely some in here. Tip side. Tip side back. Check the animals. Right, pigs are good. Cleanliness I've just done. Water will need a small top up. Sheep are good for hay and grass, but they are going to need water top up. Cows are what I'm going to deal with next. Because, as I keep saying over and over again, this is a cow farm. A dairy farm. I need more cows. That's been the kind of goal right from the outset. Reaching a certain point will be really kind of the end of the Let's Play on Drumard. That was my goal from the outset, really. I've got quite a few fields owned. I've got soybean in some, I've got corn in another, I've got sunflowers in one, I've got canola in another, I've got potatoes that need to be harvested just over here. I've got a real range of crops on the go. So with all that being said, I'm up at the livestock market and I'm going to buy cows. Now, I'm not transporting them myself this time. I'm going to pay the fee and get them delivered. Why not? Saves a bit of time. So, cows. How much have I got? Okay. I'm at just over 300,000 spent. Well, I've got 528,000 in the bank. $400,000 gives me 77 cows. What am I on? 122, 199. That should give me 200 cows. Bottom left hand corner. 200. That's a nice sizable herd. Now, as a dairy farm goes, it's a small Irish farm. If I wanted to go absolutely mammoth. I mean, ridiculous. If I was doing Westbridge Hills or American Outback and you were doing a big cattle ranch, or, yeah, 500, 1,000 cows, whatever, but it's a small farm. Realistically, a herd of 200, that's, personally, I think that's not a bad size herd. I could go to 250 at some point, but I'm going to go for 200. Do I really want to buy 78 animals cow for 405,600? Yes, I do. I've still got 122,000 in the bank. So now the scary bit is to look at the feed. I don't want to. Okay, they need everything, and a lot of it too. So what I'm going to do is get over there and make a start. It was always about the dairy on this farm. So to start me off in the telehandler, I did bring 10 bales over, and I'm now wondering if that's even going to be close to enough. Mind the gate? I don't think it is. I also, with all the grass cutting I did, I've still got 2 or 3 fields full of grass that's windrowed. I need to fill up the grass too. That's full with 30, I think it's got 32,000, not 34,000 in it. Let's get 4 bales over the rail, or in there for the bedding. Will I get away with 5? Might be pushing it. Let's see how we get on. That's not particularly straight. It's a bit better. Okay. Because I've got the funniest feeling it's going to take these. Whoa, just like that bottom one. Not off the ground, am I? Let's get that back on. Lift it up a bit better off the floor. And hopefully it won't drag. There we go. Tip that back. I'm assuming it's going to take all 5 of these. Ah, if I can get under the door frame. I might just make it. Drop it down just a fraction. Well, took all 5. Let's have a look. Okay. I haven't got enough straw. Well, I've got a load of straw over at the other Drumard arable, so if I have to, I think I'm going to have to go and get a load. I'm thinking I might even lease the big water Bowser tank, the huge Joskin one, because otherwise I'm going to be backwards and forwards with that small one over and over and over again. Now, is it going to take? It's probably going to take all 5 of these as well, isn't it? So there we go. All of that work was not for nothing. All of that work was in the effort to gain us cows, increasing the herd. There seemed to be a lot in here, although they don't seem to go much past the grass trough. They all seem to stay down in this area. They don't seem to want to go further up there. Very peculiar. So I'm going to put these in, and that will conclude another glorious episode on Drumard Farm. Like I say, I'm coming to the end of this Let's Play, and it's a pity because I really, really do like this map. I really enjoy playing on it. I like the countryside, the lanes, the kind of rolling nature of it. It's a great map. It's not too small, it's not too massively big. I will probably just go on to one Let's Play, just doing Westbridge Hills. I haven't got a map in mind to swap out for this. Why is that not? There we go. So it will just be Westbridge Hills for a bit, I suppose. I could just carry on and just do day to day, plugging away, but it's all the stuff I've kind of done before, really. the day-to-day running of a farm. My plan was always to get a big dairy herd. The next episode of this, which will be the final episode, I think, I'm going to finish off sorting out the cows. I might sell a few bits here and there, try and pay off my loan so I end up kind of debt-free. But that is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.